Hey guys, it's Ben with Minutes Till Minutemen here to talk to you about a Meshtastic build and how to set it up. I'm going to go through the parts build list and the prices for all this stuff and some couple options with some additional features that you can add on. Most of this stuff will come from either Amazon or rockland.com. They have a lot of radio equipment, including antennas and obviously Meshtastic stuff. The hardware I'll be using is predominantly from Rack Wireless. It's the WizBlock, and it uses the Rack 4631. That is the core that the software of Meshtastic runs off of and transmits over LoRa and Bluetooth. And it uses the Rack 19003, which is the base module that the actual core sits on, that you can see right here. Now, this is miniature compared to the Rack 19007, which has more I/O slots, or rather sensor slots, which are these things on the back. This has one longer one for a GPS module and a normal sized one for just any other sensor, like a barometric sensor. The other base module, which is the 19007, has two on the top for sensors, smaller ones, including an I/O slot for something bigger, like a more advanced GPS module, and it has a longer slot like this one does on its back, and a normal sensor slot. So with this you can only have two additional sensors. With the other base module that's not pictured, you can have up to 5. So that's pretty cool. Here we have just a little demo here. Some of this stuff I already put together, and I'll go over that in a second. But this right here is the Heltec V3. This is a different module. I could cover that in a different video. But I've been running this. This was my first development and build. It has served me well, but I wanted to try something a little different. I've ran into some problems with the Heltec V3 and wanted to see if I could improve those problems. So, what we have here, we have the Pelican 1010. It might be just about the right size before getting too small, but if you were to do something like this, I would probably recommend the Pelican 1020. This is their mini case series, just because this one is just a little bit too small. I could only fit one battery in this one. I wanted to fit two, but one should do. The case itself was on Amazon, and it was $21.95. Pretty good case. Obviously, Pelican is a great brand, and it will serve me well and serve its purpose for this project. I also got the Pelican does not come with this foam block here, and that foam block is the Pelican 1012 foam insert, which is specifically for the Pelican 1010. It is $7.95. Then we have the actual module itself. This module is the Rack, again, this is the Rack 4631 core module, which is already installed. And then the base right here, the base plate, basically, which connects all the sensors and the little pins that you can solder to if you wish. That is the Rack 19003. This will fit perfectly in there. It provides many features. There's a reset button to reset the module, or to reboot rather. It has this USB-C port to connect to your computer or to charge. It has battery hookup right here on the right, and it has a solar charging built into it, which is this port on the left. So if you wish, you can actually hook up a solar panel to this and have it recharge itself. That's one of the features I like about this. Okay, so we have battery connectors. You can get them from rockland.com, and those will go for about $9.97. And if you wish to get the solar connectors, they are the same exact price, and they both come in a pack of 5. All right, moving on. The actual battery itself is from Amazon. You can get a pack of 4 for $27.89, though that price might be able to be varied depending on their sales and different batteries and from different companies. Then the actual battery holder right there. That comes in a pack of 2 from Amazon, and that is $8.99. Right here, I soldered up one of the battery connectors. I am fortunate to work at an electronics company, so this was easy to do. I have the switch here. You can get a pack of these from on Amazon. Let's see if it'll focus. Right there, little switch, so I can turn the battery on and off. You don't need this switch, but to turn off your module, you'll have to unplug it every time, which will wear out this plug. So I just figured to throw in a little switch here. The pack of switches, there are 2 different. You can get a pack with 2 different kinds of switches of 20 each for $6.99 on Amazon. Moving on, all this stuff was pretty much what you need for the module just to run. All the antennas and Bluetooth antennas and stuff, that is already included when you purchase the rack module. Now this stuff is optional, but since this is going to be a mobile device, so I can keep it in a cargo pocket or in a backpack, it's nice and small, so it'll be able to fit easy, which is nice compared to this one because it has this long antenna. But anyways, this is a GPS module. This is the Rack 12500 GPS. This goes for $24.97 on rockland.com. And then optional, I'm not doing it, but if you wish, you could purchase these solar charger cables. Again, these are the same price as the battery cables. And then here are 2 modules here, very small, but one is a barometric pressure sensor and one is a temperature and humidity sensor. So if you wish to build one of these to set out in the woods in your backyard or up on a mountaintop, you can get that data from the weather. So the price of this all came to $140.68. That is compared to the module above you, which came to a total of $108.79. So this setup is a little bit more expensive, about by $32-ish, give or take. But I think it's well worth the price difference because it offers greater usability, has more options to plug in different sensors, and is ultimately more user-friendly. It also uses less battery than the Heltec V3. One of the reasons that I chose this was Heltec V3 with 2 batteries can last about 2 days. Not very long. This module should be able to, I'll have to test it out, but this module should be able to last about a week on just 1 battery. These are both constantly on too, so that's pretty impressive. Obviously, if you hook more batteries up to this or you hook a solar charger up to this, it will also extend its battery life. The reason I went with this design rather than this one is I wanted it to be more waterproof, and we'll get into that. But this one obviously has this antenna, and I tried my best to waterproof it, but I'm not quite sure about how it will do when it gets wet or submerged. This one has a different kind of GPS module that has soldered in, so there's open connections here, more prone to getting short-circuited if they touch in there, so that's obviously not good. This one has a LED screen, which might be nice to some of you, but I honestly would not recommend a screen because it drains battery, and it's honestly not useful, because to use this technology you have to Bluetooth it to your phone, and you're already having your phone screen there, so this one gives very basic information and it's honestly not useful. The only thing that I think would be useful on this is it's very easy to go to where your GPS location is. That's probably the only thing that's useful on it. Alright, moving on, you can see that I've already cut out some of the foam here to fit the module. So it comes like this, just like a case. It has this rubber gasket, which is great, but as you can see, I have cut it around the edge because it creates the seal. Now, if you were to take this out and just put the foam in, it would not be watertight anymore. So I decided to take an X-Acto blade and just cut around the edge here. It's not perfect, but I think it'll do the job. So I'll get rid of this. Now I can put this guy in here. Then you can fit this to size with the battery and the module. So I'll take these out right now. Kind of what my idea here is to put this in like that. Alright, so put it in here like this. It's a little hard to do it with just one hand. Then we can make sure that it's off. These devices, if you turn them on without the antenna connected, it will damage the unit. So you want to be extra careful that it does not turn the unit on. Make sure that power's either the switch is flipped to the off position or that there's no battery connected. But right now we can connect the battery because there is that built-in off switch. Put this in the unit like so. Obviously cable management is our friend here. Kind of weird just watching me struggle. Anyway, alright, so it's going to be kind of like this. The antennas are going to be just laid down in the top there, and there definitely is some plastic between the antenna and the outside of the box of the case, but in my experience, both GPS and the LoRa signals are able to get through there. And if they can't, then might have to do a little upgrade and create a watertight seal, drill a hole, and connect the antenna on the outside, which wouldn't be a big deal. Now, what does the unit come with? The unit comes with this bag of goodies. Comes with the antennas, as well as a USB-C charging cable, some mounting brackets, and some screws for attaching different sensors. And then the antennas, there's a Bluetooth antenna, which is right there. There is a LoRa antenna, which is, you can see it's labeled right there, this little stick. Then there's also a different kind of LoRa antenna. These are to transmit on 915 megahertz. And yeah, so the reason I went with this module again is because the battery life's better. I think it has better options, as you can put different modules pretty quickly, or different sensors on the module pretty easily. You can pretty much hot swap it, compared to having to solder on different modules. You can have multiple modules on the board, but I have found that if they interfere with each other on the pins, then you can't have multiple sensors. I've tried to put a GPS on my other one that I have, the 19007, which is a solar rechargeable build that I can leave out in the woods. But if you have a barometric pressure, and a temperature and humidity sensor, those will work together. But if you put either of those with a GPS sensor, which is this one, that one, then it will not work. It will give a weird reading for this and then have a static GPS, which is kind of unfortunate. I wish, it has multiple slots. Why wouldn't you be able to put multiple sensors on at the same time? But sometimes that's just the way it works with the protocols that these use and the different technology that hasn't come out yet, or at least it hasn't been used for these devices. So again, this is more expensive, but I think it's a better bang for your buck, and it's honestly going to be a better module for the reasons we're building these things, for communications when there are no cell connections, when the cell towers are down, and when there's no internet messaging or communication. So these units are cool, and they're definitely able to help you out in a pinch. It's fun building these. It's definitely kind of hobby-esque, but also you can have fun with these while being proactive and doing this for a specific purpose. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you learned a lot. Stay tuned for my other video. I'm going to show you how to program this module, how to encrypt it properly, so that you can use the mesh network around you, but not have your GPS location transmitted on that mesh network, because the way Meshtastic works, if you have your GPS location turned on with a GPS module, it has to transmit over the primary channel, which by default is set as long fast, which is the encryption key of AQ equals, I believe, and that is for anyone to see, which is not good. We will show you how to change that primary channel to something that is encrypted to only your group, and then also change your frequency setting to be able to use the network that everyone else is still on. So we'll show you that. Subscribe to the channel. If you do not know what Meshtastic is, I made a previous video. Go check that out. It's really cool technology. It's kind of knick-knacky and hobby-esque, but we're trying to build this out to be able to be used by prepared civilians, and Minutemen. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. We're trying to push out more videos. We're going to do EDC carry and other Meshtastic videos, as well as tactics, and hopefully in the future homesteading and different things like that. So stay tuned, and just thanks for watching. Alright, see you in the next video, guys.